The other day, a mom said to me, I feel like I'm being negative with my children a lot. And I understand that. And so I said, why do you feel that's way? She says, well, it's because my kids are often doing the wrong thing. And so I have to correct them a lot. So I feel like I'm focusing on the negative. I think that's a good observation. And it points to often our desire to bring about change in children by correction. And we would do much better if we would focus on training or helping our children to move in the right direction. And that would make our parenting more positive because we're going to practice now being respectful. We're going to practice contributing around the house. We're going to practice being kind to your brother. And so now we're focusing on the positive, where we're going instead of where we are now. And often that means having a meeting with a child and saying, hey, look, I feel like I'm being kind of negative here. I want to be more positive. That's going to require some change on my part, but it's also going to require some change on your part. So let's talk about what this is going to look like, because we're going to practice doing the right thing here. This kind of a meeting, I call it a vision meeting, because this vision meeting is helping a child see how the current challenges we're working on fit into the bigger plan of moving in a direction in their lives. When we put a target quality out there for a child and say, I want to help you develop more cooperation. That's why I'm going to give you more tasks to do. Or I'm going to give you the ability to be more content and grateful. That's why I'm going to say no to you more often. It's not that I'm being mean to you, but it's I want you to be able to go into the workshop of your heart. Because in that workshop of the heart, I think there are some things that need to change. And so I want to help you to move in a positive direction. This kind of a vision meeting is strategic. I think is what God says in Jeremiah 29:11. He says this, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Do you see the positive nature of that? Why do we love that verse so much? We love that verse because it's drawing our attention to where God is taking us, what he wants to do with us. We can do the same thing with our children by encouraging them in the direction that they should go. We do that by setting a goal. Usually we're saying, this is a character goal that I want to work on with you. Sometimes you, frankly, talk too much, or you come into the room talking too much, and you probably need to stop and look and listen before you engage with us. And so I'm going to help you with that. When I see you come into the room and just start talking and taking over, I'm going to put my hand up and I'm going to say, nope, we can't do that right now. So what I want to do is help our children to grasp this idea in some powerful ways so that they can be more positive in the way they think about the things they're doing, and we can be more positive in our parenting. Our parenting can be much more positive if we're focusing on where we're going instead of where we are. Many parents focus on the correction, so they're saying, stop doing that, cut it out. I can't believe you're doing that again. If you keep that up, I'm going to. And I understand we have to use correction. And sometimes we're negative with our kids because they're doing the wrong thing. But if we stop for a moment and identify what heart quality might this child develop in their lives, it would help them overcome this tendency to be negative or to do the wrong thing. I think we could get much further with our children. We could be perceived in much more positive way. And then our discipline, even when we're correcting, can be more positive because we're saying to them, oh, there it is. That was unkindness there. Remember, we're working on being kind. Do I need to come in and correct you there, or can you do something about it? So we're coming in then in a different way with a lot more positive feel and sense in our parenting. It can just change the interaction, I think. It helps our children recognize a little bit more about our goals for them. And even if our children don't buy into our goals, we're positioning ourselves well. We're saying, this is who I am in regards to you. I'm here to help you to be the kind of person that God wants you to be. I'm helping you to round out some of these character qualities so that you can have the godly character that God wants in you. So what we're doing is we're being more positive, directing our children in a good way, and that can go a long way to helping us to be more upbeat in the way we work with our children.